Hey everyone, how's it going? Mike Doublak here with the Priority Baseball Outlaws. I just want to do a quick video to talk to you guys about our college placement teams. This will be our third year running college placement teams. We play a very, very competitive schedule against some of the best competition in the country, all in the efforts of having our players be seen by college coaches and professional scouts. After having done this for 3 years, we've really nailed down the type of schedule that we need to play to gain the most exposure for the players and play against some of the best competition. And having a family member who coaches in Division I baseball, I mean, that doesn't hurt either. So we really get the inside scoop on which tournaments are good to attend. And after attending some of these tournaments, we know, scouts are there. Went to a tournament last fall. First game, there's 10, 15 scouts lined up behind the home plate with a radar gun down in Arizona. There's other tournaments in Arizona where there's 5 to 10 scouts at every game. You can ask any parent that's gone to those tournaments. These places are flooded with college coaches and professional scouts. We're playing at the right types of places. And our guys are getting better. We have a ton of guys who have made all-league, all-CIF, all-area. So it's really, really neat for us once the high school season starts to be able to look at the stats and follow our guys throughout the spring and say, hey, look, what the competition that they play in the fall and the summer with us is really, really helping them thrive at the high school level, and they go and dominate at their high schools. A little bit about our program. We do not practice. The kids get enough practice with their high school teams. We are looking into maybe having voluntary workouts once a week. So it would be an open workout not just to our players, but to any high school players that would want to come down. And maybe even some junior college players come down, get a nice little workout in once a week. Let some of the best guys in the area, or guys who are passionate about baseball, just come out, get some extra work in with our coaching staff. Speaking of our coaching staff, we have a phenomenal coaching staff comprised of former college players, high school varsity coaches, and even some professional ball players. The list of schools that our coaches have sent their players over the years is phenomenal. I mean, there's so many. It's pretty ridiculous. So we have a very, very talented coaching staff. I mean, here's some schools. I mean, I got to look down here just to even read them all off. We've had coach players who've gone on to play at UCLA, LMU, University of San Francisco, UC Santa Barbara, BYU, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Dominguez Hills, Pepperdine, UC San Diego, UC Irvine, Cal Poly SLO, Lynn University, Cal Baptist, Laverne, Cal State LA, University of Dallas, Alabama State. We've even had coach guys that have gone and played professionally for the Twins, the Mariners, the Diamondbacks, the Rockies, and the Giants. You could even throw the Cardinals in there. We just had some guys recently signed free agent contracts with the Cardinals organization. So, I mean, the coaching staff that we have here is top notch, and they're really well connected and can really help promote the players to go on and play at the next level and find the right fit for them. I mentioned earlier that there's a lot of schools that have gone to some of our games, especially in Arizona, and maybe even some of our Connie Mack and Firecracker games over 4th of July weekend. Here's a list of schools that, I mean, this is just to name a few: Army, Arizona State, Arizona, Boston College, BYU, USC, UCLA, UC Irvine, Utah, Portland, UNLV, Stanford, Texas Tech. I mean, Oregon State. The list goes on and on. I didn't even read the whole list. It's just, I mean, you can look at the PowerPoint that's on our websites and read all those schools, and that's not even all of them. Those are just the ones that I have physically seen or have physically talked to. So obviously, to get the college coaches and professional scouts to come to your games, one, you got to have a talented roster. 2, you got to be playing against other talented teams. So we've put together a very, very good schedule. Just to go over that a little bit with you guys. During the summer, we play Connie Mack. That's about anywhere between 14. This past week, we actually played in the Southern California Connie Mack State Championship. We made the top 15 teams in Southern California, and we were one of them. So we're very proud of that, and we want to build on that. Another thing we do during the summer is the Firecracker Classic. This is a tournament with over 130 teams. last year we played in that tournament and we came in 5th place in the 17U bracket. So that was very, very cool. We played a lot of really good teams. We ended up losing to the team that came in 2nd place. We lost in, basically it was a semifinal game. This past year we also played that in summer a couple weeks ago. As far as our fall schedule, in September we compete in the Perfect Game National Championship over in Arizona. This is a major recruiting event. A lot of colleges there. That's one of the events I spoke of earlier. In October, we traveled to Arizona to play in the Arizona Fall Invitational. Now, by winning this tournament or finishing in the top 2, we secure a spot to go to the Fall Classic, which would be the following year. And the Fall Classic is actually the biggest recruiting event on the western side of the United States. They only let, I think it's 65 teams in, and I think 60 of them are grandfathered in from when they first started. This thing's gotten so big, the wait list is over. There's over 100 teams on the wait list just for 6 open spots each year. I mean, it's ridiculous. So playing in the Arizona Fall Invitational in the beginning of August will help us ensure a spot to go for years to come. Toward the end of October, we go to Las Vegas to play in the Desert Fall Classic. It's another fun event. This year will be our first year doing with the high school teams. Then in November and December, we play a couple of charity tournaments just to cap off the winter and fall, and just play some good baseball. Over Thanksgiving weekend, we play in the Corey Laddle tournament. It is the biggest Thanksgiving tournament in California. A lot of the top teams come in and play, and even some teams from out of state. Then in December, we play in a Toys for Tots tournament out in Glendora. 2 years ago, we won the tournament, playing in some very good competition. And that basically does it for our schedule. Some of you are probably wondering, is this going to conflict with my high school team? The short answer is no. We're only playing 3 or 4 weekends where you're going to need to be away from your high school team, and it's to play against some really good competition in front of college coaches and professional scouts. We designed the schedule to where we're just playing in these big tournaments. We don't want to go play in these little Cracker Jack tournaments in Pomona and other places where there's hardly anyone there watching those games, and it's very, very rare that you would find a college coach at one of those tournaments. We may do those occasionally just as basically a buffer before a big tournament, just so everyone gets back together and they're playing on the same team and kind of building that chemistry before we go to a bigger tournament. We're even very flexible with the guys that want to play scout ball. A lot of our guys end up playing scout ball for various teams throughout the fall, and the tournaments that we selected they're the best tournaments. Those are the tournaments that the colleges that would be at scout ball, they're going to these tournaments instead of scout ball those weekends. So it's very, very beneficial when you come play with us, because we allow you to play with your scout ball team and play with us. The schedule works. We make it work so that that the player gets the most exposure to the college coaches and the professional scouts. Another benefit of playing for the Outlaws is just kind of the connections and the networking that we have with college coaches. We're one of, at the time when we first signed up, we were one of 10 programs, club programs in California to have access to the field level network. It's basically, if you're familiar with LinkedIn, it's basically a LinkedIn for college coaches. We connect the college coaches. They send me emails. I can promote players to them. So any player that plays with us gets a field level profile. I go in there. The player enters his information, his GPA, all that good stuff, contact information, can upload videos. Then on the back end of that, our coaching staff writes up little, basically a profile of the player, and from there we can go out and send this profile to. There's thousands of scouts in the field level network. So we sit down with the player. Say, hey, where do you, we discuss with them, are you cool with Division I, Division II, NAIA, D3, are you willing to go out of state? All this good stuff before we reach out to these college coaches. The field level network works. This past summer we had two 2012 graduates that I was getting emails about daily. I'm talking 5-10 emails a day of coaches asking me about them. I know coaches even contacted them, wanted them to go visit. I mean, these guys would have got money to go play out of state at an NAIA or D2 schools. They just elected to stay home and go the junior college route instead. But the system works. I can literally send the player's profile to 100 coaches at once. Any coach in the network that I'm connected to, I can send the player's profile. I can see if the coach opened it. I can see if he sent it to other people. I can see if he clicked on the links in there. It's very cool, and it's a great way of seeing how interested coaches really are in certain players. I'd be willing to bet that over 75% of the kids in our program would be able to get money and play at a four-year college straight out of high school if they were willing to go out of state. That's where a lot of opportunity is. In California it's a gold mine for baseball players. There's a lot of good baseball schools for colleges, and there's a lot of good high school talent. And you know, there's only so many spots open. In other parts of the country, they would salivate over players who wouldn't even get Division II offers here in California. So by having an open mind and willing to play at a Division II school or out of state, or you know, any other school out of state, it'd be great. I mean, you're getting your college paid for. You know, what more do you want? You'd be getting your education paid for to do something you love. So just to go over the finances of this a little bit, we are a very, very inexpensive program for the amount of exposure and the level of competition the players play against. We charge for the full summer and fall, winter, that whole season. Our price is $1,500. Now there's teams out there for some of these tournaments that are charging over $700 to go to one of these tournaments. We're getting a full summer league, 4 elite tournaments, and then 2 charity tournaments, all for $1,500. Now, when you compare this to going to a college camp or showcases, the college camp, you're going to get 3 or 4 at bats for about $500. And to be quite honest, some of these are just ways for the schools to make money. That maybe one kid signs out of a 4-week or 4-week session camp. You know, a lot of it's just to make money. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to go to a certain school, by all means, go to that camp, play in front of that coach, do what you got to do. But for people that just trying to, you know, catch lightning in a bottle, the way to go is to play the travel ball, or to play in these tournaments that we're offering throughout the summer and the fall. For $1,500, you're basically getting about 45 games. Hitters will get about 120 at-bats. Pitchers will get anywhere between 30 and 40 innings in front of college coaches and professional scouts. That's a great opportunity for exposure at a very, very low price. Like I said, some other programs are charging upward of $700 just for one of these tournaments. We're charging $1,500, and it's 4 elite tournaments, a league, and 2 charity tournaments. So a lot of baseball there for a really good price, and it's a lot of really, really good exposure. That's really all I've got to say about the program. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little overview. If you're interested in playing, please fill out the link on our website. It'll direct you to a different page, and just fill out that link. It gets submitted to me, and I can see everyone who's interested, and we can go from there. I look forward to seeing you out in the field. Thank you.